2, 1.
Oh my God.
You know what I always find funny, right?
Americans? Oh, he's gone. That's awesome.
People think Pete is this person who just doesn't tolerate anything, but he must be ethnic. Oh my fucking God, we're kind of a fucking country.
I'm in love with that. I don't know how that worked, but John, you need to record that and put that into everything we ever do.
That was amazing.
That was my favorite thing ever. John.
All I know is it cut out.
John, ready? 3, ready? 3, do it. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
People think Pete is this person who just doesn't tolerate anything, but he must be ethnic. Oh my fucking God, we're kind of a fucking country.
Folks, you heard it here first. You saw it there last. We are the Two-Sided. We are back at last. It is Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Folks, this is what you've been waiting for. This is what you've been expecting. This is what we stayed awake for most of the day. Some of us longer than others. Some of us shorter than others. Some of us a little less than happy so far. We are here, folks. We are happy to be here.
Welcome, everybody.
I feel like I'm holding the mic at inspirational. I can't see anyone in the audience, but I just want to let you know that how excited we are to be here. This is the best place we could imagine. Be. Are you performing to a stadium? No. I think I took too much. Much.
Hey, brother. How you doing?
Oh, I'm great. I forget we're live now. Oh, cheers.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, that's actually what we should do is, since we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live on the stereo streets, but we're also live on the YouTube channel. So if you were watching us, listening to us on stereo, click that link above and see our YouTube channel. We also take chat messages. Usually we get it from across the pond, as they like to say. Julie Dreams. Usually a little bit late said, but we're always late to getting going. So I think people are trying to anticipate our tardiness. I feel like we've become the monsters that we fear most.
Everyone is trying to anticipate the Two-Sided late. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to be here at 10, 11, 12 tomorrow. Shit. I don't know.
And if you're not listening live, you can hit us up on our YouTube channel, Two-Sided Pod, at TWO Sided Pod, all one word. And that is for all of our socials, our Insta, our Twitter, our Patreon. What else we got there, my boy Pete?
We have Netflix password we share with everyone. We also have an Apple TV password we share with everyone. It's only good for one show, and then you have to call us both individually and talk for half an hour about how good it was, because we're both in these straight to film movie classes that we have to write essays for, and this is how we write those essays. Anyway, your hard work, your benefit. You know what I mean? What else do we have? We have a wry sense of humor, John. We have nothing but time on Thursdays, apparently. I don't have to work. You don't have to work. We don't have obligations, families, friends, people who resent us for doing this every goddamn Thursday. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. No, you can come out. No, I can't. But I can't. Sorry. Some bullshit.
We're not wasting our lives. We're redirecting our lives. It's completely different.
Exactly. Here, hold on to these 2 gems and a stone. It'll help you redirect your life. Also, do a podcast. Smoke a lot of weed. That'll also help too. What? Why do I smell like patchouli and failure? Oh, it's these earphones. That's why. Gotcha. Every time.
Hey, I think we should start the show. What do you say?
Can we please be gentlemen and do a shot before we start the show? As like we meet in combat, we have a few paces off. for the real people, because then we'll edit all this out and it'll be on the Spotify, on the Apple Music, on the Amazon Music. It's going to be everywhere. It's after, right? But this is special for the people who are live here or who watch the YouTubes. So this is to them. This is people who tune in live here. And if you want to see more drinking, you want to see more debaucherous fun, don't be afraid to smash that like, smash that subscribe button. What's up? Won't hurt you, only hurts us. Wait. Never get that right. Cheers, John.
Cheers. Here's to those who listen live. We appreciate
you. Not to say that we don't appreciate people who don't, because I don't listen live all the time. I mean, I do, but I don't.
Well, howdy. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
I think I'm my boy Pete in Southern California, but I swear to God, I heard a kazoo and a didgeridoo, and there was a promise. There was a gentleman's agreement. There was an understanding of sorts, a meeting of minds. Apparently, that was all a goddamn dream. Too much vacation, Pete, taking too many vacation fun times to oneself and dreams the impossible. So here we are in Southern California with didgeridoos and kazoos playing our ear every Thursday.
And you're listening to Two-Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the didgeridoo and the kazoo.
Oh, you mean the kazoo and the didgeridoo? You got me a kid. John, that's really good. So this is going to be a deep cut, brand new year, deep cut. Like people, it's the first one people listen January 1st or January whatever. They'll listen to this one. Oh no, folks, let me take the moment. If you have not listened to our early stuff, make sure you go back and listen to our big hits back in the pandemic years. Oh, we were a smash hit, like a disease that wouldn't quit. And then we have running bits that are not funny. But now, anyone who heard this is like, oh, this is awful. I just need you to stop, go back. It'll be better when you do, trust me. If you want to live, go back. Go back. Yeah, get to the chopper. Get to the 2 years ago podcast. No, go! Listen to the one on equality. What do you mean they're all about equality? I know, go! John is very weird about what is fun and what is serious. Go! Go now!
By the way, Pete, I usually start the episode with getting a check-in from you, but, since you're so excited about them going back to listen to our greatest hits, what are some of your favorite segments that we've done over the years?
I loved when we did the whole thing about where the greatest. That's the best thing since sliced bread came from. That was a fun one. We talked about why do animals crossroads? And why do we have to identify as a chicken? And that was like really fun. Like it was a knock-knock joke, but really like introspective. John, I feel like we made inroads. I think, but my favorite, I think about how that didgeridoos are an oppressive instrument to my people, those with musical taste. And you said, yes, but the kazoo soothes the soul. And I said, oh, touche. So I put a little more kazoo in my life and I eased up on the didgeridoo, but it just didn't work
out. Well, that's definitely going to lead us into our first lightning round.
Why not?
lightning round guy.
Oh man, it's been so crazy. How's your New Year been? You been partying?
Yeah, I have. I've been traveling a lot, seeing some great people. How about yourself?
Yeah, no, I've been sitting here in the closet listening to your greatest hits for the last 2 years. Oh my God, there's some good ones.
Hey, lightning round guy, what are some of your favorite segments?
Oh, I like it when you did AC/DC or Akadaka. I lost my shit.
Are you sure that was our podcast there, lightning round guy?
I'm pretty sure when you did Thunder, na 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 na, or something like that. It was very good. Amazing.
Cool. Thanks for the feedback, lightning round guy.
Yeah, we really don't need much of that.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to hear.
Yeah, you answered the question. You can go now.
All right, guys, have a good New Year. Keep it rock and roll, baby.
All right, fair enough.
All right, fair enough. Well, anyone who's anyone knows that our first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, are you ready for the questions?
John, at this point in life, I truly am unsure if I'm ready for anything. I just realized we're doing a podcast right now. Like we're all right, fair enough. The whole didgeridoo kazoo thing threw me off. I was like, that was a dream. This is a dream. This can't be real. I only came to when I burned myself with a cigarette here. That's a joke. That was from showing the paint in the garage in my house of what happened as a kid. Go ahead. Okay. So yeah.
So as if you haven't noticed yet, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all different sex, we are doing New Year's episode. You've heard us talk about it. It's our first live recorded episode of the New Year's. We're not going to focus so much, but I think I'd like to give this lightning round a New Year's edition. So your first question is, how does the start of 2023 look for you, my boy Pete?
Looks like it's coming one day at a time, John. Like you can't stop it. Believe you me, I've tried. Just won't stop. Every day passes. Every day I get a little older and a little better looking. I'll be honest, I've never looked this good, which is tragic.
It's true.
But it's amazing. Wait, I can't wait for another 10 years. Oh my God. When the humanity kicks in. Oh, the humanity.
Well, speaking of that, my boy Pete, what are your general predictions for the prospects of 2023?
In what? You got to narrow that shit down, bro. I'm trying to be Notre Dame here. Am I the little playbook that Biff goes back and finds in the future and takes back? Am I telling you the sports predictions? Am I telling you what are my predictions? What do you mean?
It's not so much a prediction of specific events, but kind of a general feel of the prospects of 2023 overall.
Oh, John. Oh, John, you simple-minded fool. Oh, you come to a party without any hors d'oeuvres. You're expecting to serve. John. Ugh. No, man, it can't be like, okay, I'm trying not to be a negative person all the time. That's not my New Year's resolution, because fuck New Year's resolutions, see? Better. No, trying to be better. Wait, anyway, reverse that. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, because that's just the same thing as like, oh, here's a promise that you're going to stop. Like, why is it this day? Why are you celebrating this thing like an event of this? Like, did someone die? Did St. New Year's die? Do we have to kill someone? Should we kill someone on New Year's? And then you have to do something every year to remember that, like quietly, like I know what you did last New Year's. John, that's on Netflix.
They're already in, my friend. They're already in.
I love it. John, I'm getting the whole slate of ideas. With the art department working on these mock-ups, we'll be a fucking set, baby. Fucking set. My predictions, though, like, I don't want to be fun. My goal, starting last year, trying to be a more positive person and letting my negativity flow in a very positive way, like constructive. Like, John, you look stupid. Instead of like, John, you fucking look stupid. Like, constructive. Right. Hey, man.
Constructive, not destructive. Yeah.
Right.
I felt
exactly. I'm saying the same words. I guess I'm trying to work on intonation as an actor. You know, folks, it's more of a Stanislavski, man. But I'm just saying, I don't be negative, but I don't have good hopes for this year, bro. I don't have, like, you see this shit going on. Like, everyone's like, oh, okay, new year. Everybody good. Everybody, like, go back to your bases and regroup and maybe come up with a better idea and be better people. Like, it's not going to happen. They're like, wherever we were entrenched last year, it's now just building on that.
Okay.
Very little de-escalation of anything. Like, I'm dreading the next political cycle of the next runs, of the next things, of the next. It just. I don't know. I'm dreading the new when all of our new Senate and Congress come in and what that means, and I don't give a shit about that infighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about that. Like, if that's what you're gonna do, if you're fucking posturing all day, by all means do it. If at the end of the day it is mandatory that you get a bill passed, you get a resolution by weekend, you have a timeline when something is on the docket, and it's not like, we'll throw it off the list. You have to do something. You can't do all this bullshit. Well, something has to change. This is all because it's going to be a whole session of infighting and bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get that religious exemption that I've been working for
yet,
but I think that might be the next session.
Yeah.
I it's just a tough uphill road. Oh, I was like, did I spill something? I looked at all the liquids around me. I was like, I hear dripping. Like, oh no, it's pouring rain outside. I'm like, I'm good. Did I pee myself? No, I'm good.
For those who are watching on YouTube, you got to see that amazing manic moment of the pulling the earphone headphone away and just listening and finding out, like, no, I'm actually not insane.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're actually good.
Is there an animal in my house? Is there snakes? Did that bag of snakes I brought home get open?
Cobras! Ah!
Stand if the vipers got out, but not the cobras.
All right. Let's augment a little bit. What are your personal predictions for the prospects of 2023? And you can be as specific as you want.
I'm gonna fuck shit up, John. Baby, I can tell you mine. I'm a wreck house. Ooh, things are already looking good. I've been 1 day back at work. I was supposed to be 2 days, but I found out I had 46 hours that came on January 1st. I was like, I feel a little under the weather. I need another day of vacation to ease up from that last vacation. Yeesh. So today is my first day back in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, things are looking up. Like, good things are coming. There's prospects of betterment. Things are looking good. And then on a personal level, man, I just some really not good stuff is coming up that I know, but some really awesome stuff that I've also I mean, when you're ready for one, you can ready for the other. You can temper this and that and this, you know what I mean?
You find the balance.
Yeah. I'm nothing if not yin and yang. Hey, yin and yang. I answer to anything. All right. 100%. So yeah, I think it has. It's not just a New Year talking, because I don't believe in fucking great New Year. It's not just Vacation Pete coming off the high, like, oh, you ate too much sugar. Ooh, look at all the movies you watch. Your eyes are bloodshot, and you ate too. Yeah, that's why your eyes are bloodshot. You know, Jerry, I'm a kid. But truly, I watched Home Alone like 4 times and played all the video games.
But you were saying you're seeing some not so great things come up, but you're also seeing some great things come up, and
it's I think it's about the mindset. It's about you cannot avoid bullshit, right? There is no such thing as a stress-free life. There's no such thing as a fucking walk through the primrose path. I've gone through a garden that was supposed to be full of primroses. There were half primroses, half daisies, no tulips. I was very upset. But why were you so upset with no tulips? Because I was going to tromp through those motherfucking tulips and take my independence back. Tromping through the tulips, Ooh. You know what I'm talking about? Tiny Tim?
Come tiptoe through the tulips with me, baby. Oh, yeah, I know. That ukulele, perfect.
Yeah, Trompel Tim. He was from the lead singer of the ska band here in fucking Northern California. Trompel Tim.
Well,
every show he would have a whole bed of tulips. It was a crazy mosh pit with organics.
Well, I appreciate the mindset. I know that this is the yin and the yang. This is a great thing, man. And I was about to point out, because of what you were talking about, your hoodie that you got there. I was like, oh, what's the motto of Survivor? What's the big thing?
Outwit, outlast, outsurvive.
Yeah. And as I was thinking that, up on our YouTubes, Spawny said, yo, your hoodie says ... my boy Pete. Yes, it does. Boom.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Granted, it's spelled wrong, but you know, people know what it's about. When I roll up with this, people know who I am. They know what I'm rocking. They know Jeff Probst is my co-pilot. What up, Probst?
Shout out. And final question, my boy Pete, to get out of this very long lightning round. What is your ideal celebration of the changing of the calendar year?
Ah, man. No, see, truly a good one. I don't, because an early sensible dinner, something with not a lot of carbs or starches. I'm gonna have to digest later.
Continue.
You know, it is a new year, John. We all have to watch ourselves. Then I try to look for chemicals that can be dissolved quickly without an empty stomach. No, that's not true. But truly, it would be like a fucking great, nice dinner somewhere where it's not packed and not a party. Because I'm not trying to go to a nightclub party. The place we went to started to become one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and all around the next door, across the street, were like overflowing in the streets. Just as we were leaving like at 11, and they started up the DJ and it was maybe 10, maybe 10 o'clock. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably 10 because we were there till 11:30.
Well, we've talked about that. This is one of those moments that can be amateur hour, right? And so that's filling out the streets.
Too much.
Yeah,
just too much. It's just like if we stick around here long enough, like someone's gonna do something stupid, and it'll either have to like, are we gonna have to step in and like, hey, or like, please don't touch my girl, please do not touch my butt, or like, then any of those things will could evolve into something like, I don't want that. It's time to go. Like there's no reason. There's no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a nice dinner out, a nice early bird special. Get there like dark 30, 7 o'clock.
Right.
Have a nice dinner. Have an aperitif. Have everything. Have a course. Do a thing. Oh, I fucking can't have another bite. Oh, but sorry, it's only a wafer thin mint. Oh, piss off then. I can't have one. But sir, it's just a wafer thin mint. Oh, man. All right, man. Put it in my gob. All right, see? Here you go. I'm down with that. Down with that. But let me get out of the range of destruction that comes to a popular area by 10 o'clock,
right?
10:30, and then go home and continue the party with just not trying to party, but like, oh yeah, music's on. Yeah. Liquor cabinet's open. I'm pretty sure there's mushrooms in here somewhere. You know what? I know there's mushrooms in there, literally right on that table. Like, guys, literally right there. Everyone, right there.
How many people are coming back with you? Is it like an intimate? Is it like five to 15 of your closest, or what?
No, I'd say like five to 10, 5 to 8.
Okay.
I say 6 to 7. I'd say 7. I'd say exactly 7.5 people. 7 friends and a child. 7 friends and a midget. 7 friends and an amputee. You can't call them midgets anymore. They're called amputees. I know that was a tough one for me.
Oh, man.
I heard it coming out of my mouth. John, we got to edit that one out. Oh, just cancel
3,
nope.
2,
nope.
1.
Nope. I made friends with more. Nope. Still not going to do it. Can't do it. You can fix that one. That's funny shit, though, John.
Well, I think we got out of that lightning round alive. We got a couple of messages, and we're going to jump into our first segment.
Definitely not alive. Definitely not alive.
Definitely not alive. In 30 years, it'll be like, hey, old man Jenkins, you sexy fuck. You want to go to the bar and get some Pediasure and share and maybe biscotti?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh my God. I need to up my electrolytes because my blood platelets are down.
But also, I love good biscotti as long as I can dip it in decaf. Because that makes my heart race. And I can't take any
more nitro today. I've already taken 2 when I had sex with your mama.
That's how old people roll.
Gentlemen, just checking in. Hope all is well in this new year. Christmas, who gives a fuck, honestly? But yeah, just thought I'd share one with you here real quick. You guys are always passing out chuckles and laughs like you're shaking hands and kissing babies and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know if you two, everyone's heard about, they took a rib out of Adam to make Eve, right? Well, after they did that, Adam found out he could blow himself, and then he didn't need Eve no more. So I'm just saying that's how that deal went down, apparently. It was on one of them there transcripts that Moses dropped coming off the fucking mountain or something. But yeah, hope you're all doing well up there. Appreciate it too.
What up, brother? Good to hear from you. I appreciate you. That's I did. I heard about them. They had these 10 commandments. I heard them shits. I heard about that. But John and I, we've been out in the stereo streets for a hot minute. We've been shaking babies, kissing hands, just working the room. Oh, is that a shaking baby syndrome? The two-sided pod must have just been through here making funny jokes. Really?
Yes.
No. Yes. Julie, I worry about you. I worry about your respiratories.
Mm-hmm.
If I went to the chapel, I would pray for your respiratories. However, I don't, so I don't. But I think about them. Is it weird that I think about you staggered breath, wheezing. Can't get, nope. I'm talking about your sickness. That's all. John, have you read? She sent it to the fucking drop. Have you read the story? John, have you read it? It wrecked my house. I've read it like 4 more times. It's like stupid crack. Don't say you haven't.
I have not.
Don't say you haven't. Don't say you haven't.
I have.
I knew you have. Like I shouldn't. I know. Plausible deniability, my friend. That's how it's like watching The Ring. John, if you read this erotic fan fiction, you'll die in 36 days. Should I read it? You definitely should fucking read it.
You definitely should read it, man. Read it with a smile on your face.
You should read it now. I'm gonna read it to you, John. Are you running away? John, I'm following you. It's hard to read when I'm running. John! Holy shit. Anyway, well, it makes me talk stupid. John, as you as a cunning linguist that you are, I feel like you would just be so much more verbose and just in. I do not need to show them. I need to tell them. Yes, sir. Yes. Sorry, go. I digress.
Well, the digression is ended because we are going into our first segment, and I say we do a shot to get us sliding on in.
Yeah. No, I think that any pre-marination for any pre-brain matter activity is a good thing, John. As Martha Stewart says, it's a good thing.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Bing. Bing, bing, bing.
Oh. My boy Pete. Tonight we're going to talk about ice.
Baby. Ding, 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 ding.
No.
All right. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something. Grab a hold of me tightly. Pull like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it stop? No, I don't know. Turn out the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, rock a mic like a vandal. Light up the stage and watch it jump like a candle. Dance. Crush speaker that booms and killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. The good kind. The very, very good kind. Deadly. When I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it. You better gangway. You better hit bulls like the kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check us out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, the Two-Sided Podcast, live on the YouTubes. Here, Rick. Words.
Ice.
Ice.
The frozen state of things that is a solid form of water is wondrous, yet can be also deadly.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was way off base. So I apologize. I would like to rephrase. Would you like to build a snowman? John, I'm only here on Tuesdays, Thursdays too. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. I don't know the rest, but I hope you do. Because I'm just a little princess on a Thursday podcast too. And John's a dragon, and we'll have to slay him like we do. That's what ice is about. Huh? Did I win?
Yeah, you won. Hey.
All right.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
I was an audition for goddamn it, DreamWorks never called. And that's what they're missing, John. That's what they're missing.
Well, the breakdown did say a genuine small child voice.
Oh, golly. Oh.
No, I can only do adolescent. I got that one. Okay,
We need some more special sauce. All right, so we can talk in depth about how ice kills many each year through exposure, slipping and sliding, even crushing.
Well, I think we need to ask, hey, can we talk about how ice kills so many with slipping, sliding, death, destruction, even crushing? Can we? I think that's the question, John. If we're going to make a podcast, think about NPR. Think about, hi, I'm Ira Glass. Or no, this is Serial with Sarah Koenig. Think about, can we think about, is it too late to stop the ice? We'll talk about all that here on the Two-Sided Pod, Thursdays, brought to you by Earwolf. Thanks. John, go ahead.
And people like you. So in some rare circumstances, they even falling icicle on your head. They've been known to kill. Plus, there's all the talk about the melting of major icy points of the world that could have devastating effects, not limited to the destruction of centuries of potential research through the collecting of ancient ice cores. These are all the things, these are some of the many things that we could talk about.
I'm hoping, I'm actually hoping you want to talk about the alleged icicle who fell through the guy's head there in the Bronx over and over 17 times. Oh, his head was wet because it was an icicle. All right, don't ask questions, John. We don't need to get into that. Okay? Unless you have stories, and then I have all plausible deniability. Ask my cousin. I'll bring him in to vouch for me. You know, John.
Not one, but two people have told me in conversations that the icicle could be the perfect murder weapon because then it melts away. Anyway, instead, we are going to focus on ice as a food. Yes, ice is considered a food.
Those fucking rich Alaskan bastards. They're just wasting all that profit. Why don't they package it up and send it here to Southern California? We're starving. Send us your ice. Wait.
At least in the regulatory sense.
Hawaiian snow? Are we talking about flavored ice or ice in general? Shave ice?
We are talking about ice. So I'm starting out. It's a food in the regulatory sense because these days, because of that regulation going alongside all other food sources, in developed countries, ice has little danger to those who consume it. But in rare circumstances in our country, in these countries, and in more common circumstances elsewhere, ice can carry contaminants like salmonella, E. coli, cholera, norovirus, and many other diseases and sick-inducing substances.
Vodka, deliciousness, life of the party syndrome. Look at me, I'm super strong. You want to see me jump off the roof into the pool? Cool, I made friends. That kind of stuff? Yeah, I know. Go ahead, John. Ice gets away with that kind of behavior at parties.
But much more of that is the fascinating history of how ice was such a rich man's item up until the roughly 1920s with the advent of the refrigerator and the freezer.
Go on, John. I'm just using these cubes of ice here on my forehead because I'm so warm. I will throw them out with the garbage after the dogs when I'm done. That's how rich I am, John. I care not for these ice cubes. I care nothing for them.
So people had been storing winter ice for centuries, but it wasn't until the late 1800s that ice became widely available year-round. The ice trade changed the way the world ate. So many things happened with that, right? We could storage meat, we could have cocktails, etc., etc., etc.
I'd like to I'd like to teach the world to eat with cubed ice in their tea. I'd like to teach the world to eat things cold with their ice from me. Dun, 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 dun. Go ahead, John. We're all ears. We're all podcast ears.
So it took thousands of people to harvest and transport the ice that grew on the rivers and in the nearby lakes of upper United States and into Canada. Ice dealers hoped for cold winters every year because when the freeze came, they would work to keep the ice clean and thick enough to support teams of men and horses.
It's just such a fucked business model, bro. So okay. Hear me out. I'm gonna take a small detour, but it's very accurate and on point.
Okay.
Your last thing, they would hope for cold winters, and they would hire teams to do the thing, right? Because they, in the hopes that they could get as much ice down south as possible to the people to sell it before it melts. Like as many people to do the thing. So, do you remember Brewster's Millions? With right, and he's sitting at his luxurious desk in the palatial palace office he has, and he's getting, yes, here's 20 grand, here's 30 grand, here's my personal photographer, yes, here's, and the guy comes, he's like, what I want to do is I want to take an iceberg and I want to put an outward motor on it, and I want to drive it down to Southern California for ice. Everyone's like, that's going to melt. He's like, it's a great idea. It's the same thing. If I get big enough motors, the heat source, it's fine. Anyway, don't remind me of that. Because it was based on a real thing, which is fucking insane.
Right. Okay, so these teams would begin by scraping off the snow from the ice. Then they use tools pulled by horses to cut and groove grids into the ice. The grooves would be cut through, making huge hunks that would float downriver and be picked up. Then a variety of saws, picks, chisels, and bars were used to do this cutting and breaking. I put all those details in because they prove to be useful, but also extremely dangerous.
Oh no, they're great. They're great details. When we're talking about something of the old pioneers of what we're doing and how we're doing it. Old Ice River, it's a dangerous river. We pick an ice and shovel. Shit gets really dangerous. We don't run much out here on the Old Ice River. Mm-hmm.
So in just a few weeks, these teams would be able to cut thousands of tons of ice that would be hauled into ice houses, special storage houses for ice with the insulation to keep them going all year round.
That's crazy. Ice house, that was a bar in Vegas and in LA. Crazy. They had one there too. Crazy. Yeah.
There was an ice house in Arizona. It was a rave location.
Yeah.
I think it was an actual original ice house.
Crazy.
Crazy.
God damn it, John. I love history. And the things I learned from you. Thanks for sharing, buddy. Tell me more about ice houses and how they pertain to my immediate existence.
It's amazing that they did for you because I blew my mind. I was like, oh, it's an actual ice house. Wow, that's really weird and cool. Arizona's ice house. Phoenix, Arizona's ice house turned into a rave location, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, all right. So no, it's a part of your thing. So this is okay. Fun, John. This is one thing I know that you don't. Super fun. John?
Yeah.
Go ahead, read away. I don't know much about it, but I just know things.
The ice would then be delivered to businesses and homes who needed supplies, fresh supplies every few days to keep fish, meat, dairy products, and others from spoiling. So this is how we started to change how we could cook and consume mostly meats, but also dairy products and anything that would spoil quickly without ice, without the cold. And that changed cuisine forever. I mean, the cuisine we know today is barely recognizable from before that point.
Well, cuisine, yes, but also it changed life. It changed lifestyles 100% because you were now able to, instead of gather food for the day, you had to eat whatever you had today or tomorrow because yeah, you can hang it out. You can like you get meat, you can whatever, you can smoke it, but yeah, that's about it. Like you can put it in a root cellar,
Right.
that keeps it for X amount. But now, like
Salt it, right? Yeah.
right, all these things. But now, holy shit! I get a block of ice from Old Man Ice Johnson.
Yeah.
Call me Mr. Ice Johnson. Yes, sir, Mr. Ice Johnson. As long as you don't deliver me blocks, I'll call you whatever you want.
Right. And it also allowed for the transportation of these kind of meats. So fish in the desert suddenly became available. So the Arizonans were like, holy crap, there's things called shrimp.
Oh, right. One of my favorite things is to get sushi at truck stops in Arizona. Like, oh my God, thanks, Ice. It's all because of you. I have land-bound sushi products from a gas station attendant.
A lot of this boom in the late 1700s to mid 1800s that really just exploded the possibility of ice everywhere was from one Bostonian named Frederick Tudor. He was also known as the Ice King for most of his adult life.
Yeah, but as a kid, they called him the Tudes. 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 Tudes up top, Tudes. Like he'd throw the ball around, Tudes. And I'm like, you guys, I'd prefer to be called the Ice King. Whatever, dudes. And then he moved away and he became the Ice King. What happened next, John? What a great storytelling team.
You're really on spot because he was so rich from a rich family that all these initial losses, while he was like, I'm gonna be the ice person, I'm gonna be Ice King, I'm gonna do this. Fail, bankrupt. But his family's like, here's another 100,000 in the 1800s, so a couple $1 million here. Here's this.
Okay.
Buy out your competition, my son. Yeah.
Tudes, you're getting it, bro. You're getting it. I am the Ice King, and I will buy you to stop saying those nasty things about me and my mummy. Tudes, my price is high, bro. My price is also high. Mummy is a fair maiden and shall not be spoiled. All right. I'm in. You 10,000. Holy shit. I'm at $10. I'll take 10,000.
Right.
Dudes, good man.
So one of his first big ideas that led to a couple of evolutions in the ice delivering process was he was in the Caribbean hanging out as a rich guy, and he was like, I should bring ice here. And did. 4 years he was in the red and did not turn a profit, but found a way to actually get ice down to the Caribbean. And in 1810, he made his first profit, and the ice industry began to pick up steam.
Oh, dun, 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 dun. Sometimes we go down to the islands. Other times we bring the ice. Other times there is no ice, then people is sad and we go home. Poor. Then we bring the ice. And we rich. Then they drink so nice. Oh, do you want a bushmaker? Yeah, man. Do you have any ice? No, man.
No.
Oh, we poor. We sell no drinks. Hey, man. 2 months later, do you have bushwhacker? Yeah. Do you have ice? Yes, I do. I will have 5. Bam. Yes, we make that money. And it all trickles up. John?
Yeah.
Let's go to the Caribbean, meet some bushwhackers, and appreciate the importance. Let's actually pour a shot and appreciate the fact that there's no ice in it. The lack of something is appreciation of something. Is it or is it not?
Well, if it weren't for the bad days, you wouldn't know the good days. I know, Ziggy. Come on.
Right. It can't rain all the time. I know the crow.
Yeah. It's not a good day to be a bad guy. Wait, you already said that. Anyway. Well, think about it. All those tiki drinks from the Caribbean, they were invented then with all that ice.
And they would not be good. Like try to do those room temperature. Not good.
Cheers, everybody. No, but like seriously, that was the celebration
coconut
of the
drinks?
ice. Yeah, that came
Yeah,
down
like
to the Caribbean.
think about any of that, like a warm rum, because bro, I've had a lot of warm rum. It ain't good. With room temperature water, it ain't good. I've had room
Right.
temperature juice, flat soda, sand.
Milk.
Oh, but that's delicious. The old milk skis, as long as it's not room temperature curdled milk.
Yeah.
Could I get some room temperature scallops? That would be delicious.
So after this huge success, he went down to Cuba, making one of the most southern islands, and then expanded into Europe. I would assume the Mediterranean of Europe and India. This produced what would be worth $220 million in today's money. People loved his, quote, crystal blocks of Yankee coldness.
Feel the cold of my money as it rains down upon your drinks. Ah, capitalism in clear blocks, as it should be. I am the Ice King, and you will bow down.
So the dangers were always there, but with the huge expansion and demand of ice from around the world, a lot of dangers and destruction. Okay, so they have to go out onto frozen ponds with saws, these gaffs, tongs, and picks, and methodically cut and drag blocks of ice. Falling into the water was pretty common, and many times they got out, not always. But there was also the tools. They were actually responsible for the majority of the injuries because you're using these very sharp tools to cut ice in extremely cold weather. And you freeze up,
Right.
something happens, something happens. You cut a friend, you cut yourself, right? The manipulating of these heavy blocks of ice came with its own hazard as it's shipping them. The crushing, the slipping, these whatever it is. And suddenly you're in a pool because it all melted and you drown. Whatever. Things happened all along the way, from the cutting to the ice in your clinkety clink glass.
What year was this?
This is the 1800s, like the first half of it.
Okay.
Pretty bad.
That's amazing. Mishaps on ice, brought to you by the early 1800s. If you put like Benny Hill music to it, and just like, oh no, looks like someone's gonna have to get a tourniquet. Oh, those big bricks are slip sliding around, and someone's head is no more. Oh no, looks like he's not gonna have to think that one through. I watch it.
So these huge slugs of ice, they're called ice cakes. They'd be 22 inches by 32 inches to 44 inches. So just big, heavy blocks of frozen water. And they'd go to the storehouses. They'd be stacked on top of each other because that keeps them cool, right? More ice you have, the more the ice is just going to stay in general. So you have to fill them up as quick as possible. So they'd have several teams all going at the same time to get one storehouse filled. Then they move on to the next one. And these ice houses would have them waiting to cut them into smaller sections, depending on the existing or expected orders. And while they waited for delivery, the ice cakes would be insulated with sawdust and or hay. So they'd just be pop, 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 and then they're good. They're good to go for a while. And it was revolutionary, right?
Oh my God. Bro, have you ever tried to put sawdust or hay on a wound? Revolutionary. I haven't been to a doctor in 17 years. Been shot 5 times. Took out my own wisdom teeth because I was smart. I saw it coming. Only hay and sawdust, John. Hay and sawdust.
So even from from that point, there was still a lot of work and danger that went into bringing the ice from the ice houses into the homes across America and beyond. Not only was ice harvesting very risky, but the exposure to the cold and frostbite by the crew was an occupational hazard. That happened most frequently and has the least amount of statistics because it was just like, oh yeah, everyone got some kind of frostbite. If you worked the season, you got it.
Awesome. I mean, that's horrible. But like, because they didn't have like North Face or Carhartt or any of the good stuff.
But
I don't know what all the other brands are. So I have out here, but shit, man.
So-
'cause you're in old dungarees and like leather shoes. Do they wear socks? I don't think they had socks in 1800s. Maybe they didn't have feet, John. Maybe that's why they got so frostbitten. We don't know. We don't have pictures. John, history's a weird thing.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I didn't add this in because it's so much like I would be reading it. I'll just go the quick story because there were ice houses in Iowa, and they only lasted until September. They were supposed to last the whole year. So they tried to get more ice there, but all the trains that were delivering them were humid, and so no ice could get there. So it just became this huge epidemic because they relied on the ice for all their cuisine at that point, but everything went wrong, and so from September to December, when suddenly new ice was available, they were dying of starvation and fathom and poisoning, food poisoning. Yeah, famine. But frogs and locusts and so many other things. No, but from food poisoning and starvation. Yeah.
See, but so quickly they've gone from their roots. This is the early 1800s. And it's like, oh no, I don't have ice for my shrimp. Like, motherfucker, you ate roots less than a generation ago. You hunted a deer.
That was 2 generations later. It was about the 1850s when that happened.
Whatever.
It was an anomaly,
No,
right? They had gotten used to it by then.
I can do the shit my grandpa used to do. I can fall asleep in chairs. I can yammer on about weird things and lose my teeth in people's cups. I can do that.
So now the last remnants of ice harvesting are exhibits produced in museums, and also the small sect of those who were bent on living off the grid for sustainable living. So some people do it. It's very negligible, but some people do. The rest of the world relies on refrigeration for ice. Americans who scoffed the initial idea of an ice trade instantly became hooked when they were shown the advantages of using it. So this Frederick Tudor, the Ice King, went bankrupt many times, and with him went the fortunes of hundreds of other men because of his greed, corruption, and monopolization. But he did leave an enduring legacy.
Dudes, you did some fucked up shit, bro. We'll always remember you for bringing things that caught on to Americans like nothing until crack cocaine. Dudes, this one's for you, bro. You are the Ice King. You're no longer Tudes. You're Tudes the Ice King. Cheers, brother.
So that's it, man. I got some ice in my cup right now.
Yeah, I got some respect in my heart for the Ice King. It feels like he should be
that prick. He was a good guy. He was a prick.
He actually owned property right next door to the Goblin King.
Right.
He was always complaining like, I don't like your music. It makes my ice melt. Everything is horrible living in this neighborhood. I will tell the union, the association, and anyone who will listen until you will keep it down. Enough jump, magic jump. How many babies do you have over there?
I thought he really...
The Ice King.
I thought he really went off the rails after the Ice Queen left him and went out to Narnia.
Oh my God. And that she gets a whole book series, and what do you get? What do you get? Blocks of ice, buddy. What did you grow up with? Blocks of fucking ice. Oof. Tell you what.
So I have this written on my little script that I do each week, every single week, but this is the first one of the new year, and I don't normally ever say it. So, hey, there's more Two-Sided out there. We are currently recording each episode of the Two-Sided Podcast live on the Stereo app every Thursday starting at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, which is also live streamed on a YouTube channel, Two-Sided Podcast. Also, you can check out our handle at TWO Sided Pod, all one word. We're on Patreon, Instagram, and Twitter, all with the same thing, at Two-Sided Pod, all one word. And you can email us for anyone who wants to suggest a topic or come on to our Tuesday open chat shows. That's twosidedpod@gmail.com, TWO-sidedpod@gmail.com. And finally, I'm still going. Our podcast has gone viral. You can listen to Two-Sided on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Anchor, and wherever you get your podcasts. And we'd love if you follow and rate us. And while you're rating us, you might as well give us 5 stars. It doesn't hurt you. It only helps us. And also subscribe and hit that alert on YouTube. We thank you kindly.
To all acquaintance we forgot and loved, and when we drink, this is when we pour shots to make John happy and make him think we think. To over. John, I don't like that. Feliz Navidad. Come on, John. Two-Sided Podcast. It's too late for that. Can't we drink now? Because we're gonna do it anyway. Let's get down. John, cheers to you. Cheers to everyone listening. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Salud.
Happy. Oh, well, that's going to bring us right into our next lightning round.
I think it's best time to let you know that we're actually stitching and intervention for lightning round.
Yeah.
So really trying to keep it down.
Put your hand over your mouth. No, we're silent that way. No one can hear us.
Oh, yeah. No, when we do the other thing, that's if we keep it quiet, I can let you know. It's much better for him to go over the whole process, right?
Yeah.
We just don't say anything about it,
Okay. Got it. So this edition of the lightning round is going to be one of your favorites and mine.
What are you saying?
Hey.
What?
Hey.
Oh no! I was a little bit restful back there. I was going through the old podcast and said, "Here's new headphones." He said it was a Christmas present. I said, "It's how you keep it quiet."
No. They're just the old headphones. They're nice headphones. I thought you.
I do like them, but I don't think they're what they mean. So,
They look great on you. They look great on you.
So what?
Okay.
Hey, all right, guys, you do a lot of stuff.
We were just like talking, it was about the weather.
Oh, all right, well, I'm going to keep my headphones off. I'll be in the back if you don't need me. So.
We will. And thank you. Thank you. He's always there for us, right? He's always there.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
So this segment is called the editorial dick. It's one of your favorites and mine. That's right. When I read my boy Pete a news article headline that has just come out on the day of the recording, and without him knowing anything about it, responds editorially, not about the facts, all about the opinions.
Yeah, and I'd like to preface that I have been vacation Pete for 2 weeks. So I just read headlines today and didn't really have time to look into anything else because I was just hammered with everything else. So I don't know what happened in the world in 2 weeks, unless it was in Palm Springs or in Santa Ana or in Hollywood. I don't know.
And I'd like to preface that this is actually the lightning round edition that my boy Pete always has the hardest time with, but when he gets it, he's awesome because it's not about the facts. It's only about the opinions, only talking about the headline. But if you want to check out his greatest moments and his blunders, boom, boom, check out our previous episodes when we do the editorial dick, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do it one more time, and my boy Pete's going to be fantastic. And my boy Pete, are you ready?
Yeah, this is the worst talk up pep I've ever had. It's very bad parenting, John. I feel like you could have been one of my parents, but I'm unsure. Go ahead, I'm ready.
McCarthy on track to lose 11th House Speaker vote.
Well, first off, McCarthyism, am I right? Don't blackball me, I'll blackball you. Thank you very much. That's what first got me started with the McGills. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, so fucking McCarthy's gonna lose. Like, he's an asshole, he's an idiot, but I love that he's King Swing Dick that thought he was gonna get through with his own party. Like, oh, we have a majority. Like, nah, motherfucker. Turns out you are not likable. That, yeah, you can, even if it's politics, and this is, I guess, what it is kind of heartwarming to see, even in cutthroat politics, politicians can still be petty as fuck because, yeah, they can all vote as a block in one for bills and for things that affect the nation. But as far as who runs shit, it's like, no, I don't like you. Picked me last at kickball. I like Sally. She sits with me at lunch, and I get her Jello. So she says no, and I say no, so we're not going to vote for you. I'm like, yeah, we should get Sally. Yeah, Sally's cool. Like, what? And all of a sudden, it's like, how do I not have? They all say no, and you, what? How do I? And Kevin is awesome, but not that Kevin. What? Not that Kevin. Not that Kevin. What? And all of a sudden you have a house divided, John, cannot stand. The roof being on fire. The roof of this divided house is on fire. We don't need no literary quotes. Let that motherfucker burn. That was a three-pronged attack, right? Oh, I'm surprised by my own goddamn self.
I gotta give you it. That was I'm using this old antiquated soundbite much more this episode than I ever have before. And on that note, we got a new person,5Jan23 over on our YouTubes, who's saying shots from the new mayor's mansion in Atlanta. Woo, woo, woo!
Oh, Dekion. Oh yeah, I know who that is. Fucking the ATL, fucking dirty ATL. Oh, if you ain't had them lemon peppers yet, you ain't fucking my friend. You ain't my something. So what I'm saying to our new friend out on the YouTubes.
Dekion.
No, yeah, but it's pronounced something else, and I have to see it. I'm habitual. I know, but you're gonna read it to me. It's not gonna help me.
Well, Dekion is what I'm reading, but I'm you know what I got, like it's Dekion.
Yeah, you have a horrible sense of style and presence of awareness, but
yes,
but no, it's not Deacon. Deacon, you did Deacon.
Wings equals had. Just so you know.
Fuck yes, that's what I'm talking about. So it's when you put people on spirit missions. That's when you put people out. So I'm gonna let you know, everybody out there on the listening pod, anyone who's listening on Stereo Streets Live, you are seeing us right now live on stereo. We are here every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. But we're also live on YouTube. So if you click that link above us on the stereos, you can go to our YouTube page, where usually on Tuesdays we'll change it about halfway through. We'll probably change it about halfway through to our favorite sponsor, the Galactic Super Friends, and DJ Deacon is one of the one of our sponsors of the hilarity, insanity, and the nonsensory that takes place. Don't put your hands in your face like that. It makes us less.
I'm just so excited. You're having fun.
No, I'm having a super good time because right now, if you can put your favorite mix, what I'm guessing, because I've already promoted Back to the Future. We've already done John's Alt. We did Bill and Ted's. And I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna leave it to you, but put a link up in the chat and let us know, and then we will go ahead, and that will be once we hit into the end of, or the beginning of our fun, whatever John has planned for the debauchery that is about to ensue. We'll go ahead and change that link so that people can have that amazing link.
Yeah.
Have access to that.
And I want you all to know that this is our first commercial ever. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is our first actual sponsor commercial ever. We're going to be sending you some links about our awesome, awesome friend and sponsor.
It's not, the Intergalactic Super Friends.
There you go.
I'm not saying it's not an actual commercial. It's links to our songs. It's what we've been putting out before, but now they're approved, John says. I don't know what John thinks is happening.
No,
he's like a child wandering into a movie.
I was excited about how you were getting all that out, and it was beautiful because we love him. We're so excited about him. And Pete was put on the spot, and he's like, all right, I need to get something out, but I'm not sure, but I want to get something out. I wasn't told, but I need to, so I have no script, and I don't like scripts anyway, so I'm just going to do this. And that's going to lead us.
You wanted something? They said they'd come once again, and this time in your ear pussies. So here they are. Hey, that one. Do that one. That one.
So I think my boy Pete realizes he's still in the editorial dick mode, and so we're going to go on to the next and only second headline.
Perfect.
The headline is Mexican authorities arrest son of notorious drug lord El Chapo.
What's the kid done? But been raised in a household, grown up in his father's footsteps. Was my friends connections some really good gardening tips? I mean, doesn't matter. It's too late now. All is lost. We have no humanity. So they get the kid. They get whole families. They get but it just. I don't know. It's not people, man. If you're doing cartel shit, I gotta be honest. To me, that's where they start popping them. But if it's an idea, if it's especially in cartels, it's not like it's a necessity almost. Like the people they're getting in the cartels, it's like kids off the street. It's like people who have no other way.
At that point, it's not your fault. It was you were absorbed into it.
Right.
It's a force.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I was.
It's a system.
I became a jet. My friend was a shark, and we had this big dance off. And then, don't get me started on Maria. I digress. But you're forced into something, and that's why it's not. So yeah, you can get all the family. You can get everyone. You got his wife for 5 years, 10 years. You got the kid now. You got this. Okay, great.
Right.
Okay, who's up next? It's just going to be someone else.
Are you seeking justice or some kind of political?
100%.
Keep them around until you need it.
I've seen them all, and they have good acting. I don't like to watch them with subtitles, but I don't know Spanish well enough to watch them without. So, play a little game Netflix, and I'll learn more about the cartels. along the way.
So the next headline is Edward Norton discovers real-life Pocahontas is his 12th great-grandmother.
Boo! Boo! Boo this motherfucking man. Wait.
Is that all you got?
And no, I got more, but I was going to ask, like, well, I just heard Ed Norton, and I was like, what happened? What did he do?
You were, okay. So after the words that I just said, because you don't want to be triggered again, discovers real-life Pocahontas is his 12th great-grandmother.
Okay, here's the deal. Ed Norton, boo! Someone said it, boo! Fucking great actor, but such a piece of shit. Sometimes so slimy and like, I don't know.
Looks at his own dailies.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was from a show. I'm guessing it was from a show. If you read it in the headline, it was from a show. So he didn't spit in a cup and fucking 23andMe it. He didn't jerk off in a solo cup and like not be invited back to a party.
Right.
Although that would have been more classy. I think it was more publicized than that. Well, okay, come on. Allegedly, and everything.
Come on, Eddie, no. Come on, Eddie, no.
Come on now. Anyway, so yeah, no, and then you're like, I'm Pocahontas. Like, no, you know what? It's cool. That's great, but come on, man. There's certain things we keep to ourselves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll never say who Sacagawea was to me. I'll never bring that to the table.
Not once.
Although, if you do find the key after my death, and you make it to the lock through a series of traps and the maze and the golem and the snakes that come out, John, then you will know. Then you will know. But only then. But I'm not going to brag. But family secret, no big deal.
Yeah. The weird thing was when I brought that one in, I was like, you know what? I replaced another one with that one. I was like, I think I want to bring that in. And then I kept on thinking about when our ex-president was giving those honors to the Native chiefs, and he mentioned, it's like, we don't like one of you, Pocahontas, but we love you. You're special people. You're good people. You're special people. You're good people. I was like, oh, crap. No, the word has now become something that if it was his decision to release it, that's jacked up. Just because, like, okay, great,
right?
Good for you to know. Good for you to know. Because I don't think it's a lie. I really think that it is, and maybe he was blindsided with it.
Right. And if that's that, but it's like, and again, you don't know the context, you don't know the thing, you don't know this, you know that. I just know that he's never been better since Primal Fear or Fight Club. Just saying.
So finally, the final headline, my boy Pete, and I love to give this one to you. I'm so excited about this one. My boy Pete, the headline is WWE shares jump as Vince McMahon stages comeback.
WWE stages jump.
Shares jump. Stocks jump. But the headline was shares. Yeah.
Shares and stock jump. Well, of course they do. And quote unquote stock just skyrocketed. You've now become legitimate once again. We knew all your moves were real. We knew your storylines were real, but we were pretty sure your makeup and your costumes were fake. But now that Vince is back, oh boy, we are back in and we are ready to rock. We are ready for lightning and thunder, John.
Lightning! Who's there, lightning, Sam?
No. We're just talking about WWE and a different segment.
Okay, well, let me know if you want to tag team in.
I do not.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I get it. I got to figure this out in a couple different ways. Either my own personal demons or the demons that keep inside the closet. Either way. But truly, John? Truly? Yeah. WWE. And it never took, in my mind, it never took a backseat. If you haven't been watching WWE, you haven't been living. If you don't have Peacock and you don't have, and not your name, if you don't have the channel or the podcast co-host in your life, you are missing out. One has wrestling, one has stupidity. You decide which.
Hey, buddy, we got a couple of messages, and
right.
let's jump to our final segment.
Yeah, I know. Totally.
Hey, yo, what up? It's your boy, Million in the building. What's good to the two-sided podcast? John L. Peacock, my boy Pete. How you doing?
My man. 1 million. Coming in hot, like a rocket. I like that, man. I like that. How's your night been going? Good to see you. Always good to hear from you. Always a pleasure, my friend. I like to break that shit down because I slow it down, flip and reverse it. It's like, oh, I heard what you said. I heard that. I can't talk that fast even if I wanted to, but I can understand that fast when I need to. I like that. Good to see you, brother. Always good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, I went, but I don't like looking at you. I just don't like looking at you. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm just used to these avatars.
Avatars.
Would you be happier if I was a YouTube fan?
You know what?
Yeah.
No, I would be happier if you subscribed, like, hit that alert button, and if you found it did not suit your fucking needs, never come again. No, thank you, goodbye. Never come again. But fucking hit all the buttons, tell all your friends, go to their houses, log on their devices, do the same, tell them never come again. All we're trying to do is we're trying to become a pandemic, bro. Pandemic. Hilarity. Dude, it's so good to see you. So good to hear from you.
Please subscribe and alert us, and then never listen to us again, please. That would be the best thing for everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, and good night.
John, just listen to me. I'm trying to fucking drive the outbreak monkey to the airport. All right? That's all I need to do. I just need to get
the first
someone...
11 didn't work. We got this 12th one. It's all right.
I'm letting you know if I get that monkey on a plane to another airport for a Thermotron.
We'll go virus. That's right. We'll go virus.
Full on. We'll 12 monkey it. We'll outbreak it. We'll anything you need. Hell, I'll even Cloverfield if it makes you feel better. What do you need? What do you got?
Did someone say 10 Cloverfield Lane?
I can't walk that far. I'm going to stop at 2 and see if you guys see anything when you get up there.
All right, we're jumping into our last segment. My boy Pete, you want to do a shot? Thank all these wonderful people for sticking in it.
We should. No, they've been doing the Lord's work, and I'm using the Lord in referral to myself because we're all doing my work to get us likes, so I can get my commune, so I can have my cult, so we can do the branding, and we can move on with this tax evasion that I have so deviously planned. Anyway, I digress, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. It's idiocracy at the best. It's stupidity at the worst. It's fun. It's supportive. It's just like coming home for Christmas. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Thanks for listening. All right, we got one more, and then we'll pop in.
Okay. I know this is our first date and everything, but could I use your phone and subscribe to all my friends' podcasts? It'll only take maybe an hour or maybe 2 at tops.
Yeah.
I have to do it. I have to. Somebody told me I have to, or else, this date or whatever, marriage, or it's not going to work. So just I have to do it.
Oh my God. Okay, so John, just to ask you, people on YouTube right now don't hear what our messages are. Is that correct? They do? They do not. They do. Yes, they do. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Here's the deal. It wouldn't take an hour and a half if you didn't play our greatest hits for her, right? If you just get in there, log in, find her thing, hit that alert, hit that heart, hit that subscribe, fucking delete your history, bro. Delete cookies. That's all I'm saying. But then don't get stuck in. It was like, this shit's really funny. And listen to their intro. Listen to this. And oh my God, girl. And like an hour later, you're in the bathroom, like jamming out. Like, are you coming out of the coat room? Girl, sorry. You got me. Hour and a half. Spawn man, I'm with you.
Oh my God, help me! Somebody help me! Praise the Lord, I need somebody to save me. Please help me. Yeah, I'll help you. But first, do you have a phone? Because I would like to subscribe to my friend's podcast. But somebody told me I have to do it. I have to do it.
Oh my God. I was in is this OnStar? Yes. Could you please forward me your email address so I can subscribe you to my friend's podcast? Oh, should I send help? Send me your info.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Airdrop. Tell the firefighters I'll airdrop them when they get here.
That's fantastic. That's all we're asking for. That's literally all we're asking for, and we thank you for it. My boy Pete, in a fuller response to your question, the reason why they can hear the messages is the whole party line that I keep on doing, right? Where I'm switching back and forth. That's so they can do it.
Yeah, no, I know you need fucking props and kudos and all the thumbs in the world. To
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, that's also good. Katie did 201. John Peacock speaking. I'll connect you. Katie did 404. Don't mind if I do. Katie did. This is John. Okie dokie, artichoke.
And for our final segment of the episode is we're going to talk about the bridges.
Oh, I hope you bring in Madison County into that motherfucker. If you don't, I will cry me a river.
The Bridges family.
Oh, okay. No, that's fun. Terry Bridges. He was my favorite in Different Strokes.
You
Todd
have
Bridges.
some deep cuts, don't you?
Come on, buddy. Who do you need?
All right.
What do you need? The Bridges family. You think I don't play this game, John? The Bridges family. This is fun for you? You think I don't know a bridge or two in my life? Oh.
You know all the bridges.
How many bridges must my boy Pete reference before John understands he can't just say the Bridges family?
The surname
and
Bridges was first.
Sorry, John. See, I'm waiting for you. Anyone who sees this on YouTube. And how many can John L. Peacock get out before my boy Pete cuts him off?
So the surname
Bridges, my answers are answering themselves in the wind. We'll cross those bridges when they begin to burn.
What's first? Oh crap! I couldn't start at the beginning.
Dyslexia strikes again.
No, I have to start at the beginning. The surname Bridges was first found in.
I just need you to know that me and Dyslexia are working against you. We've teamed up.
That would be Dyslexia and I. You flipped it.
That's what Dyslexia wanted you to say. You're falling into his trap.
The surname Bridges was first found.
You're welcome for that. Woo! Fucking 2-jet, baby. I'm batting like 200 tonight, but I feel like I've hit 2 out of the park. Like,
right.
With a bad shoulder and everything, I'm swinging for the fences. That, my friends, is what podcasting is about when you drink shots with John L. Peacock. Thanks for tuning in. Really two-sided, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Get us what you can. We won't be here long, but we'll be here long enough.
So the surname Bridges was first found in Somerset, where there is evidence of a family of this name from Bruges of Flemish origin. The Bruges family originally lived near a bridge. So the Bridges were near a bridge, right?
What you got in your fucking throat there, Governor? It sounds like you got a bridge. Bruges. Oh, your name's Bruges. You got a bridge in your throat. Fucking hell, we'll call it fucking Bruges Bridge. All right, everybody, this fucking choking man is now what we call all the bridges because he choked on a fucking overpass of water. All right, fucking case closed, and that's how we fucking get things done now. Right.
So the surname derived from the Old English word. I'm not going to pronounce it before I spell it. It is Brycg. Brycg. And I'm thinking,
B. I got it right.
Right.
B as in
I'm
boy.
gonna write this down.
R as in Roger.
R
Y
is
as in
right.
yes.
Ya is yes.
C is in churches.
C is in cunt.
And G is in gangs.
Gangs. Right. Right.
Bruh.
Bro, don't you fucking listen to me, cunt. You hitting C like a fucking church. Gotta hit it like a cunt. Bro.
Bruh.
Ah, there you go. Now you got the cunt here.
Which means bridge, obviously, and was sometimes also applied as an occupational name to a bridge keeper. And that's why his name is not Bridge Keeper, but Bridges. The name Bridges is occasionally...
Let me fucking correct the record. Fucking, we call him Brock because he was a real cunt, a fucking bridge keeper. Fucking stuck because he hit that C like a cunt. All right, continue.
The name Bridges also was derived from the residents of Bruges, a town in Flanders, which is now part of Belgium. So it's Bruges, right? Flanders was an important trading partner.
Love their chocolate. Sorry. In Bruges, Flanders. Go ahead.
Flanders was an important trading partner and political ally of Britain during the Middle Ages, as a result of the frequent commercial intercourse between the Flemish and the English nations. Many Flemish migrants settled in Britain.
What's that then? Flemish. It sounds like it. Right, fucking eat some chocolate.
After one familial offshoot of the Bridges family migrated from Britain to the U.S. in the 1800s, there was born, in the early 1900s, Lloyd Vernet Bridges Jr. He was born January 15th of 1913 in San Leandro? Sorry, I don't know your weird...
California.
Yeah, I don't know your weird country. Yeah, California. There it is. And would quickly make his mark on the budding Hollywood film industry. Lloyd was one of the most...
Okay, go ahead.
One of the most successful actors of his time. He was an American film, stage, and television actor who appeared in a number of TV series and starred in more than 150 movies.
Oh my God. Okay, I didn't see this was going. I thought this was going to be about, at best, possibly dikes or maybe an isthmus, a dam, Hoover, if possible.
A levee, if you will.
If you won't, I'd be a Dutch boy sticking my finger in that dike.
That's a commercial, John. It's not a statement of things. Doesn't matter. But no, I'm excited. Lloyd Bridges, like you're saying, 150 movies, and I'm sure you're going to run through the gambit. So I'm not even going to.
I'm not.
You're not.
I'm not. Yeah, I know you're gonna. I know what you want to talk about. We'll get to that quickly. Let's just let. I know, and a couple other really great ones, right? So Lloyd grew up to be a lawyer because his father wanted him to be one. But Lloyd found love in acting and eventually became a great performer. He became the megastar when he starred in Sea Hunt, the television series, America's most successful syndicated series of the early era of TV. Lloyd Bridges was also known as the star of many land and underwater adventures, and his fans' following grew stronger when he became more popular by portraying spoofy roles in movies like, as you mentioned, Hot Shots, but also Airplane. Always known
Okay.
to be a family man, Lloyd was happily married for 60 years till he died due to natural causes on March 10th of 1998 at age 85. Lloyd fathered.
It's because my heart stopped. I had it replaced with this tin can in Nam in 1969. Good great line. There you go.
So Lloyd fathered 4 children. Lloyd Burnett III, Garrett Miles, who died the same year he was born in 1948, Lucinda Louise, and finally Jeffrey Leon Bridges. Lloyd the Third's childhood nickname was Bo because of his cherub face, and it stuck with him to today.
I don't know who you're talking about. Was he a relative of the Flanders? Did he support Britain? If he didn't, I'm not sure who he is. Does he have a tunic, John? Did he come home on his shield or raised above it? John?
Are you looking at 1804, the Bridges family portrait that is in the Tate Museum right now?
No, I'm actively not looking at anything. I realized like it's too late to try and look at anything. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing things like just smoke the thing that is not weed. Like I got this thing. I went to the fucking smoke store. It's a vape, but it's not a vape. It's literally like a nicotine. It's like a cigarette.
Yeah.
Banana ice. I'm like, God damn it, I need to get more banana ice before these flavored cigarettes are out. Like, what are you doing, dummy? What are you fucking doing? Doesn't matter. Whatever.
So Lloyd Bridges.
Banana ice, Sean. Ice, banana. See, it all ties together.
Does it?
I really don't think it does. I really don't think it does.
So Lloyd Bridges managed to raise 2 sons who followed in his footsteps as actors, Jeff Bridges and Beau Bridges. He, along with his wife Dorothy, managed to raise children that had solid family values they maintain today.
Well, I don't know. Did you see when he was in Big Trouble in Little China or Overboard? Not so family values on either of those, if you know what I mean. Like eventually, but not starting off. Where did that come from? You know what I mean? All right. Go ahead.
Growing up with 2 parents in the business definitely came with its perks. Jeff was only 2 years old when he appeared in his mother Dorothy Simpson's film The Company She Keeps. Lloyd Bridges was well known for starring as Mike Nelson in the TV show Sea Hunt, which both Jeff and Beau appeared on. According to Jeff, watching their father in action was what made him want to act. Quote, I had a lot of different interests, Jeff told NPR. I wanted to get into music and painting, and my father said, oh, Jeff, don't be ridiculous. That's the wonderful thing about acting is you get to incorporate all of your interests in your parts. That joy that he brought with him into the set was kind of contagious, and it would spread through the company. He really wanted all his kids to go into acting because he loved it so much.
It was also contagious with chlamydia. We caught it back in Korea in 1958. Hell of a year. Anyway, boys, you like acting? All right, I'll be in my trailer.
Quote, he used to take me along on movie shoots sometimes. When I was 6, I went to see the set of High Noon in Sonora. I was up on a hayloft watching classic Western fight between my dad and Gary Cooper, end quote, from Jeff, who was telling AARP about that. That was where his quote comes from.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
To see, like, anytime, I don't know, even when you see good actors, like A-list actors, and they're doing a scene, it could be just shit. It could be side work. It could be things that will never hit the screen. It's all cut. Whereas literally could be one of those iconic moments that is in film history.
Yeah.
Like, fortunate or unfortunate, right? It could be, I'm the king of the world. Ah, y'all get it now. But it's great. It's amazing. It's iconic. It's the say hello to my little friend. Or
and getting to see that like happen as it's being captured on film off camera.
In person. In
person.
Scenes, like,
yeah.
Like, oh, let's take it one more time. Take it one more time. Like, oh, it was done in 4 cuts. And they picked the
and
right
you
one.
See all four. You see
all of them.
Like maybe why you're like, these two were good. Oh, they picked that one. Oh, I see it on film. Oh, okay.
Right.
I get it.
And then we use this cut for this close-up because our editors are amazing. That's why we won the fucking editing nomination. Yeah, once you see it opens up your eyes to what the process is and what is possible. And then it makes you so it's hard to not get down yourself for missteps.
Yeah.
There's all possibility there. Like, oh, look at this great cast, look at this great script. Like, it's bullshit. Look at this amazing director. Look at this great cast. Bullshit. Look at this great script. Bullshit. Like, it could be nothing, and there's just that magic. You know what I mean?
Look at this weird cast, this kind of like semi-budget, this sci-fi premise, and like weird, like they don't belong together, and this okay script, and it turns into one of the greatest, if not the greatest, comedy sci-fi movie of all time with Galaxy Quest. Like, it
100%.
Did not quite fit, then it fits so perfectly.
Right. It was nothing, and then it was everything. Right?
Yeah.
It's those moments. I just watched last night. The last 2 nights I watched Replacements with Burt Reynolds, and then I watched Replacements with Adam Sandler and Burt Reynolds.
You went both? Yeah.
I went, on back-to-back Replacements. And it's like, it's just so good that the underdog story, the thing, and neither one of them was, and they're both good. Like, they're both good movies. They're fun movies. I don't know. Anyway.
So moving forward, that AARP interview, Jeff Bridges told his.
Is that where we get our reverse home loan mortgages, John? Because once I hit 65, I'm going to reverse the hell out of your home loan mortgage.
As long as you're Burt Reynolds, you'll be fine.
No.
So due to his father's
power of attorney. That's what
due to his father's busy schedule, he wasn't home very often. But his mother, Dorothy, was, quote, was kind of a spectacular mom, end quote. She would dedicate a full hour a day to each of her children in an effort to foster their creativity. In addition to that, Bo became a bit of a surrogate father to Jeff, being the oldest and the youngest. And so they developed a close familial bond that has lasted to today, which is amazing.
Like a bridge spanning between 2 land masses.
Right.
Bridges. Weird. Bruges.
But what Jeff learned about his father at a very young age is that whenever they spent time with Lloyd on his sets, he would teach his boys the importance of professionalism and kindness towards other people. Quote, this director was talking out his frustration on an assistant, reflected Jeff. My dad went up to him and said, Frank, I'm going to be in my trailer. When you apologize to this young person that you've embarrassed, you can find me, end quote.
Little did we know that Lloyd was dating the assistant. Extra, read all about it. Lloyd defends his mall.
So I'm just going to completely ignore that one and go on to some fun
I hope
facts
you do.
of the three male Bridges actors. The only time Bo and Jeff teamed up was for the movie The Fabulous Baker Boys of 1989, which also had Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, and it was not a great movie. It was okay.
Nah, it's good. It's good. The Bo's Emmys are for the Second Civil War, the positively true adventures of alleged Texas cheerleader murdering mom, which we've talked about, and Without Warning, the James Brady story. Jeff won an Academy Award playing the country singer in. Do you remember this one? That's a fun one.
What's that?
He's the drunken country singer. Jeff Bridges.
It's the something Heart, the
Crazy Heart. Yeah, totally.
Crazy Heart. Yeah.
So film that came out to 2009, and he got the Academy Award in 2010. But he's perhaps best known as the dude in The Big Lebowski from '98, the year his father died. He wasn't even nominated for the dude. Neither was John Goodman, by the way, which is just stupid that neither of them were. But and in the 2010 Oscar was the first for any of the Bridges. None of them had ever won an Academy Award, though both his dad and his brother were nominated for different ones. He was the first to win it, and it was for that movie. It was a great movie, and it was a great role. But like, why? Why that long?
Right. It sounds like the Academy had burned a few proverbial along the way.
So Lloyd may be famous for his TV drama series Sea Hunt from 1958 to 61, but he wrapped up his career in a comedy bow with Airplane, Hot Shots, Mafia, and also Airplane 2. They don't have it on here, but I'll throw that one in there.
Yeah, but he was amazing in Airplane and the Hot Shots. Like he
was.
He lost a step, and it was like at the end. But God bless him, because he was still funny. He was still great. He was still on it for Mafia and Airplane 2. But Airplane 2 he was still funny. But it was I don't know. You see a step. You see a half step, and that was at the time of like, all right, here's a little bit of a step back. I'm like, oh, you're now retirement age. I'm like, this is why. But fucking Airplane, bro. Hot Shots,
yeah,
like unbelievable,
yeah,
unbelievable.
Well, he and Leslie Nielsen both realized as serious actors, they could be so hilarious at just playing it completely straight with these out of the world characters and dialogue.
Right, which is it's just fusion. You figure out a new fusion that like. It's funny because no one's seen it. It's uncomfortable for half the people. They don't like, those people don't like it, and the other ones love it, like just because no one understands it. There's no label.
So another thing is Lloyd, the dad, Bo, the third, but nicknamed Bo, and Jeff all served in the Coast Guard. They were among 6 veterans honored with the Lone Sailor Award by the United States Navy Memorial in 2011. Obviously, Lloyd was posthumously, but the other 2 were awarded it with their dad, which is pretty cool.
Which is pretty fucking Hollywood trying to get some goddamn money for the Coast Guard. That's bullshit. Turns out all 3 family members get it, and the dad who died, and they all turn out to be really good at their job all at once, and we all need to fucking recognize them in that big thing. So probably what happens? Yeah. People like, I want to be a bridge family. Like, I could also bridge a gap from 2 land masses. I've been to Bruges. I know all about Flanders. Sign me up.
An avid environmentalist, Bo shares a 2009 Grammy for Best Spoken Word Album for Al Gore's An Inconvenient Truth with Cynthia Nixon and Blair Underwood.
Here's the deal, John. I've heard, I know they exist. I've listened to things, and there's been comedy albums that have gotten them, but I don't understand. Like I watched Inconvenient Truth, and like that one thing, spoken word, like John, what's this in spoken word? If I stop stuttering, is that better? If I stutter more, is it an artistic choice? John, I just need to know the parameters. No, like not yet. Not with that look. We're not ready.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
We have to go to the beach and do crane kicks. All right, bro. Fucking beach in Jersey.
So Lloyd, Bo, and Bo's son Dylan Bridges played 3 generations of the Kress family in a 1995 episode of The Outer Limits called Sand Kings.
Wonder what that cost the studio. Was it a package deal? You get a discount for
probably
bridges.
50,000. They weren't Jeff.
No, 3 bridges, 1 price. No Jeff included. All right, here's the deal. You all get a jersey. You get a free studio tour and 50 grand. Just split amongst the 3 of you.
So, Bo Bridges started his young career as even though his younger brother would eventually eclipse him in fame, he was originally thought of as the more talented, famous Bridges brother. They were never estranged, even after this eclipse, and have a happy brotherly relationship today. Bo and his wife, Wendy, have 5 children together, and 2 of them, Jordan and Emily, have followed their father into the acting world. So Jordan, you might know because his big TV debut was Frankie Rizzoli Jr. in the TV crime drama Rizzoli and Isles. Isles.
Wow. No, I didn't watch Frankie Rizzoli and Young Isles. No, thank you. The joke is Rizzoli and Isles. You're the new Rizzoli and Isles because now they rebooted it. Is you're saying to me?
Right. Yeah.
Boo! What year? Boo! No. Boo! What year?
82.
No. Okay. Oh, Rizzoli and Isles. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the original.
That's the original. That's what I'm telling you.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third
base.
Anyway.
He also played a recurring role in Dawson's Creek and Conviction and the 2011 movie J. Edgar. He had one of his most well-known cinematic roles with the legendary actor Leonardo DiCaprio.
Why do you talk like that? How do you say those words?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure about that one. Yeah.
I don't know either, but so instead of just being weird about it and like hanging out to dry and then backpedaling, it's like, what was that iconic role that he did with him and Leonardo DiCaprio?
Right.
No, but literally, that's where you would finish the conversation on. Hey, what was that role? Conversation. All right, it's cool. Folks.
No, it was J. Edgar. It was the Hoover movie. Do you remember that the 2011 J. Edgar Hoover movie?
Yeah, that was awful.
Okay. Yeah, well, it wasn't super great. I wasn't a big fan, and I think that's why I just put my own judgment on it, which is kind of bonk because I'm trying to just tell the Bridges stories, and this was a big thing for him. This was definitely a big thing for him. I just didn't personally like it. I was very forgettable, and I just threw that out.
It wasn't a big thing. No, you threw it out because you said that with Leonardo DiCaprio. I was like, wait, but what? I was just trying to figure out what. Oh, because you said JFK. Okay, or
J. Edgar. Yeah.
J. Edgar. So many Better so little time done.
Do you
To
know
the left of the Hoover?
Do you know acting? The first 6 lessons. No, I'm not. I'm not reading off my script. I'm actually going off script a little bit. My boy Pete, do you know acting? The first 6 lessons.
I feel
The
like
book?
you're aggressive. No.
Okay.
No, but I've heard of the book, but acting the 6 lessons, like, no.
That's fine. Totally. It's a
No, I know,
1933 book. It's an old book. It's a little antiquated.
I know, but you're gonna come at me like that, this thing, like, hey, do you know acting 101? Fuck your couch. John, do you know the rule of 3? Suck my ha balls. See, there's 3 in there. How many balls? Only 2, because it wasn't as funny. Fuck your couch, John.
So Richard Bolanskivy wrote it in 33.
Oh, yeah. Of the Bridges lineage of the Blanskaberries. Okay, in 33.
It was a seminal book for acting in the early 1900s. It was a big thing back then.
All right,
it's a bit antiquated. A lot of us don't know it. Well, Bridges, Bo, and his daughter Emily decided to make a documentary that also looked at the 3 generations of acting in their family through this book. And so it is a series that has just been picked up and will be put out as a docu-series with him and his daughter. So it's a new thing, but it's looking at the book itself. So the lessons include concentration, memory of emotion, dramatic action, characterization, observation, and rhythm. And those are the 6 points. And had his dad, who gave it to him upon his death, not done that, Bo might not have ever read it, and therefore had this idea to create this new work of art / docu-series that is now going to be released. And I think that's pretty cool.
That's super cool. It's like the butterfly effect. Like if Bruce Willis and Demi Moore had never not worked out, then Ashton Kutcher wouldn't have been involved, and he wouldn't have had the opportunity to make Butterfly Effect, which led me to know what butterfly effects were. Pretty cool, John. Small worlds, right? Small worlds.
So looking at the other son these days, 72-year-old Jeff Bridges wakes early and lingers in bed a while because since his battle with lymphoma.
Whoa, how do you know about this shit, John? You like fucking stalkering him? From my viewpoint out his window, I see he wakes up early in the morning, lingers in bed, yawns, yearns for previous years, slowly shuffles to the bathroom for Lord knows how long, comes back with a look of disgust and unfortunate disdain on his face, crawls back into bed, weeps slowly before tucking in before his wife awakes. That's all I see from my vantage point. What else you got?
This comes from 2 different interviews. This first one I know specifically is Wide Open Country, and the next one will be The Guardian, but I will name both. Anyway, so this lymphatic cancer, it began 2 years ago. This is a quote from him. When they found a 9-inch by 12-inch mass in my stomach, and when he also had a bad case of COVID that he contracted on his local chemo ward. Quote, it made the cancer look like a piece of cake. Rising these mornings has been a struggle for the veteran Hollywood actor.
Boo, John. Simply boo. This is supposed to be the fun segment, and you're going to end with this. Nice. Hey, everybody. We love the Bridges. One of them is gone. One of them, kind of a nobody knows about, who was eclipsed by his older brother, who's now doing a documentary with his fucking kid about a book from the 1930s. And the one we all love, not going to be around for long. Thanks for tuning in, folks. This is John's idea of fun.
Well, the great thing is this is actually Jeff Bridges laughs after his bout with cancer, the title of that article. So he has gone through it, he is done, and the COVID's long gone. And so this is him recovering. And, quote, I really had to drag myself out of bed. But when he gets out and about and he stretches and does his daily breathing exercises, that he is able to turn into how we know him in his Hollywood best. He is able to really become himself every single morning.
Good defense, John. Good backpedal. Because the whole thing was, it's an article. When I drag myself out of bed every morning, I'm not my normal person. So when I do my exercises and my breathing routines, but once those 7 hours and I cough out a lung and I feel inhuman and I shouldn't go on, but if I push through, then I'm who you know me, and I can get on through the day until 5 p.m. when I need to go to bed and take my medicine. John, fuck you. You're going to reference your articles and not read them? Fuck you. You think I don't read them? Fuck you.
So he converted something into okay. Well, our garage has been converted into my hang. Bridges explained in the Guardian interview that I was talking about, and so he shows how this is the place where he's able to just be himself. And since his cancer scare and fight, and that he very much has won in a beautiful big way. Starting off really bad with his stomach, he got through that surgery. He got through the chemo. He's doing really great now. He's able to. Yeah, since he's done that, he's converted the garage into like a man cave of so many different sorts. But it's music, it's painting, it's so many different things that are so constructive for him. And with that, he has found a relationship with one of his daughters. So the next and last thing is that Jeff and his wife Susan have 3 daughters: Isabel, Jessica, Lily, and Haley, but none of whom have followed in their father's footsteps in acting, though Jessica is a talented singer and songwriter, much like her father's other passion, and that has been a huge thing in his later life. He is really going into music, and he's producing some amazing things, and he's doing some of it with his daughter, and that's a newer development in our, the person we grew up with in a lot of different ways, Jeff Bridges, and that's a little bit of a wrap up of the Bridges family.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, John. I like how you stopped right before the restraining order kicked in from the Bridges family. You follow them over from Flanders in their support of the Crown. You follow them. You follow them way too far, way too deep, and I feel like you didn't pick up on a lot of social cues. So yeah, I make music with my daughter. The man cave, I do paintings. Read between the lines, because I can't get up. I don't like it. But when I make it downstairs, my daughter comes over, I jam, she records, we paint. Come on, John. Come on, John. Yeah. You think that's a positive thing?
I understand it. No, I do, because I got a sister who is a licensed contractor, and every day she has to hang for a while to stop herself from being basically crippled in the back. And when she does that, she's amazing, and she goes about her life. And so that kind of triumph over the just the natural pains of life that could cripple people and not allow them to come back.
Versus a 40-something-year-old person versus the 80-year-old person, 90-year-old person.
Right.
200-year-old person. John, I've seen mummies more versatile, volatile, virile than you. You come to this tomb, somebody getting pregnant.
Well, folks, the sources for this episode of Two-Sided have been, first segment, the New Bedford Guide, Britannica, Franklin in History.net, Sound, Sodus Point, historicsoduspoint.com, and History is Now magazine. Second segment, houseofnames.com, thefamouspeople.com, Parade magazine, en.geneaster.org, The Sun, The Deadline, The Guardian, NationalToday.com, and WideOpenCountry.com.
Oh, sorry, my turn.
That's your turn.
All right. So my segment was brought to you tonight by rum, alcohol. Get it where you can, when you can. Also, the sound and the fury. Don't let them stop you until they try you. I'd say also House of the Horrors, because House of Horrors is way too far down the road and I'm walking, so I'll stop at the one that's scary. And also the sun, the moon, Venus was aligned with Jupiter and Pluto. So all the signs point to it will be a very suspect day for everyone out there. So beware.
We got a couple of messages. Let's hit those and then get out of here.
Somebody say something about bridges, because I know a lot about fucking bridges, and this message proves it. Hooray!
And the soldiers who had guided Kaladin dashed back toward the center of camp. The slaves behind Kaladin looked around anxiously. The men scattered.
King John for life. You guys need to make this your opener for one day out of the week. Please.
The simple part, dude. We make the handoff. I grab one of them, beat it out of them. Huh? That's a great plan.
Hell yeah.
Walter. That's fucking ingenious if I understand it correctly. It's with fucking watch. It's right, dude. The beauty of this is its simplicity. Once a plan gets too complex, everything can go wrong. There's one thing I learned in
Okay.
Pull them up and explain it to them, Walter. You're
Classic King John right here. Classic King John, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls of all ages, classic.
Okay, dude, the bridge is coming up. Give me the ringer, chop chop.
I didn't have buddies die face down for you to come into this world and give this shit podcast, Sean. Watan, thing low.
My boy Pete, before we get out of here, is there anything from this episode you'd like to take a second glance at, a second look, a second thought, a second opinion? This is Pete's Protection Corner.
John, again, it's one of those times where I feel like you give me just enough rope to hang myself, and I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. I know it was my idea, but I feel like I lost the ball somewhere 2 years ago, and I haven't gotten it back. And now I just regret you for asking this every time. But I got things to say, motherfucker. So, what I regret, John, what I regret is for leaning too hard into the whole show early on. I feel like I scared you off. I scared off the neighbors. I scared off. Well, fair enough. I scared off the prosecutor and attorney, so I feel like that was a plus side. Because when we went to the second part of the show, I felt very good about that. I was like, but then I was off-put and off-kilter and off-beat, and I didn't know where I was. And I just, John, I feel like because the sun, the moon was not aligned with Venus and Pluto, Jupiter was all fucked up. But by the end, right, it was all House of Horrors, baby. I was back on track. And I feel like if you just know what here's a recipe. You need 3 shots of this, 1 joint of this, 1 Hot Pocket, 2 games of Call of Duty, 1 game of Slay the Spire, and then get down and do it. Like, but it's like playing bar at a pool. It's playing pool at a bar. It's playing any game at any place. You just need the right amount to be able to play well, John. And I feel like
you do.
I feel like you know what, buddy? But I wouldn't have wanted to start off our first show any other way than just this way. Let them know what you're playing with, folks. If you've made it through this far, I highly recommend don't listen to the end of this show. Go back and listen to the canon of our shows for the last 2 years. You'll understand all the inside jokes. You'll understand the travesty, the humanity. You'll understand the highs, the lows, the yes, the no's. You'll understand why we drink and why we
Weep.
Oh, I'm saying, John, hold on. I gotta make a mixer cocktail. Blink, blink, blink.
So we, for those listening live, we are going to stay on this same channel, so don't go anywhere.
Yes.
I'm going to give my little spiel to everybody else, and Pete sometimes gets a little excited. He sometimes tries to go off of this, but Pete's going to stay on this one this time, and he's got it. And I'm going to go off.
Here's the deal.
I'm going to go off.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
I'll be back.
Here's the deal. My boy Pete's going to touch things on his computer so that this part shuts off.
Right.
But this part doesn't.
That's right.
So I touch this over here.
Yeah, you don't need to touch any of that. You don't need to touch any of that because I touch all of it.
John.
I touch it all.
You know what? This is just like being in Catholic school all over again.
Cheers, buddy.
Yes. Cheers.
And thanks for all right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show live on stereo every Tuesday, same start as tonight. So if you want to join us or want to throw some topics out there, email twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. And for those listening live on the stereo app, stick around in this room for continued chat in our green room right now for our after show wind down.
Now.
That's a wrap for tonight. I'm Jen L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm my boy Pete in Southern California, and I can't believe it's not butter.
And this was our show. You can eavesdrop wherever you get your podcasts and even join us live, both on our YouTube channel, Two Sided Pod, TWO Sided Pod, all one word, and the stereo app every Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the serious and the fun, here on Two Sided. I love you, Pete.
Haven't had contract pulled out yet, John. Cheers, my friend.